Good evening. What's up, everybody? It is Sunday, October 6th. I'm getting this video out quite a bit later than I usually would because I worked a very long and harrowing shift at the coffee house this afternoon, this morning and this afternoon. But I wanted to, well, partially because I worked such a crazy shift, and because of today's Saints Day, I'm gonna have a little drink. So I am having a little bit of Chartreuse, which if you've never had it, is kind of an herbal liqueur. I'm putting it in soda water just to cut it a little bit. But I have a friend who said that Chartreuse liqueur tastes like the forest, which I think is very accurate and very cool. So why am I having Chartreuse other than I worked a crazy shift this morning? Today is the feast of Saint Bruno of Cologne, who founded the Carthusian order. And the Carthusians are they're regarded as the most rigorous order as far as asceticism goes. So they spend most of their day in silence and contemplation. There's actually a really great and amazing movie about the Carthusians. Their main monastery that was founded by Saint Bruno is called the Grand Chartreuse, and it's in the mountains in France, very remote monastery. And a director in the early part of the 2000s, his name's Philip Gruning, was allowed kind of unprecedented access to the monastery and spent 6 months there approximately and filmed this movie about, the documentary really, about the life of a Carthusian, what their days are like, what the community is like. It's a really beautiful film. If you ever have a chance to see it, check it out. So Bruno founded this community with 6 other guys, and really my understanding of what the Carthusians kind of do is that they're a community, a monastic community, but they're also kind of like hermits. So because they don't interact a lot, although the film shows them interacting, and I guess there's certain times of the day where they do, but for the most part they are alone, silent, in contemplation. So very rigorous, very challenging lifestyle. Something I thought was cool about the Carthusians is their motto is, "The cross is steady while the world is turning." So this kind of refuge of the hermitage, of the monastic community, while everything crazy happens in the world around you. There's this place of rest, this place of continuity, which I think is cool. Anyway, in the 18th century, the Carthusians started making Chartreuse liqueur. So, yep, tastes like the forest. So yeah, check it out. Chartreuse is actually kind of expensive. A regular size bottle will run you about $65, but you can get little splits, kind of little like half bottles like this one. Some places have them, and I was able to find one today. So, in honor of Saint Bruno and the Carthusians, thank you for your lives of holiness. What else today? So after my harrowing shift, I went to Mass and was reminded that today is the anniversary of the death of a soon-to-be saint for us in the Sacramento Diocese. Our auxiliary bishop, Alphonse Gallegos, died on this day, October 6th in 1991. I remember being in school. It happened really early in the morning, and being in school, and like they made an announcement So I don't know. Anyway, just a personal recollection of that. Bishop Gallegos and his driver were driving back to Sacramento from a small town north of the city, and they stopped to help a stranded driver. And I believe it was a foggy, like one of those crazy foggy mornings that we get in the fall and winter in Sacramento. Anyway, a car came and didn't see the people stopped on the side, and the driver ran into the car, and the car that they ran into struck Bishop Gallegos, and he died instantly. So his cause for canonization was opened up about 10 years ago, I think, and since then he's been named venerable. There's a little shrine to him, and his relics are housed in Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish, that is here in Sacramento, on the grid. Is it T Street? Yeah, I think it's T. So you can go visit him and pray with his relics. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. So what else could we talk about? I guess that's okay. One other thing reminds me, because I went to the cathedral today. So very ongoing saga. This is a personal story. Very ongoing saga is that my mom has been trying to sell her house. And it hasn't been selling, and it's been like this, point of stress. So this last week, one of the days I was off, I went to adoration, and I lit a candle at the statue of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And then I went over to the statue of St. Joseph and kind of gave him a mad nod. And my mom's house sold last night. So the power of prayer is real. I don't know if some of you know some of these like kind of superstitious Catholic things that we do. Well, some people do, is when you want to sell your house, you get a little statue of St. Joseph and bury him upside down in the yard, and then it's supposed to sell. We didn't do that. My mom would never do that. If you know my mom, you know she would definitely never do that. But yeah, I just gave him a little mad nod, the cathedral, and it worked like a charm. So, Saint Bruno of Cologne, pray for us. Venerable Alphonse Gallegos, pray for us. And I hope you have a great night.